You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Can y'all hear me? I was having some technical difficulties getting on. What's up, Sincere? What up, Bruce Shaker? What up, Jackie? How y'all doing? Make sure y'all let me know. Okay, thank you so much, so much. My computer is about to fall over. I'm just having some issues here, y'all. But yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. It seems like a month of Sundays since we've been live over here, even though it's only been a couple of weeks. But anyway, I haven't seen y'all in a couple of weeks. Last time I was over on Big Rig's channel, and we had some discussions over there regarding relationships and children and whatnot, and men and women, and just, different things like that. Very good conversation. We definitely appreciate all the support that we've been continually getting from you guys from the block to the hood table. What up, Miss Naturally Norlands? How you doing, boo? Welcome back to the chat. But yeah, so then last week we were supposed to go live on my channel, but it was the holiday, and y'all know our family turns up okay on the holiday. So I had to take some days off, to get ready for the holiday, cooking and prepping, and had a big old gathering over here, which was really nice. So I always love spending time with my family and loved ones. I hope everybody has had a wonderful week, a wonderful couple of weeks. But yes, what's up? And there is my co-host. What up, Riggs? How you doing?
What's going down? Give me a quick second.
Okay. And what's up, Melanated? How you doing? Sincere said I'm over here now. Oh, you was in the other chat, Sincere. Y'all know I'll be live on like 5, 11, 2, 3, 4 channels at the same time, okay?
Shout out to the chat. What it do, Melanated? What it do, Sincere?
Is that landlord that always come in here and be like, can somebody see me? He always in the backup. He always on the backup page. But yes.
I don't think I'm seeing everybody. Well, you see landlord in chat?
No. I was saying, like, in the past, like, he always be saying he in the wrong chat. He always be on the backup channel. And be wondering why nobody's speaking to him. But yep. So what's up, Riz? How you been? It's been a couple of weeks.
I've been good, man. I'm just glad it's finally, cooling down, man. It's been hotter than a mother, man.
What's it there now?
What it do, RS? What it do, Jackie? What's up with it?
What's it there now? Like, what's the temperature?
Right now, we sitting at like 84 right now where I'm at.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's a nice temp. I think right now we about 73 or something.
Yeah, that's even nicer. Shit.
It'll probably be like 50 degrees tonight. But I had to turn my heat on the other day. Okay.
Yeah, we ain't got to that point yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm more of a blanket guy than a heater guy, but fucking I can't wait till like, the end of this month and then just start cooling down, because October it start getting, way cooler.
Y'all see that? Oh,
yep, 64.
I told you it's gonna be down
out there in that Omaha. You feel me? On that Omaha,
it's gonna be down at 50. And you know what, Rick? What's next week, Big Riggs? Would you happen to know? Like next Saturday, the 13th. Would you happen to know?
What happened?
Somebody name that you always say I'll be mentioning from Omaha.
Oh, I don't remember his name, but oh boy, though, huh?
Yes, Crawford fight. Yes, yes. And we having a fight party
I don't
here at
know
the
that nigga.
Chrisnib. We having a fight here at the Chrisnib. Yes, yes. But so shout out to Terrence Crawford. The whole city has been preparing for that.
Terrence Crawford. That's it.
Half the
Terrence
city
Crawford.
is in, yes, Terrence Crawford, and half the city is down there where he gonna be fighting, and the rest of us up here gonna be partying all through the city. But so shout out to him. Wish him good luck at his next fight. So hopefully he bring another, win home. But yeah, as far as the winters though, it usually start getting chilly here around this time, like 50 degrees at night, 40 degrees, like September weather. By the time October comes, we can have like 2-3 snowstorms. But so not really looking forward to it, but oh well. But yes. Anyway, what's up, you guys? Hey, Black Ice. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. But we have a couple of topics today. I usually try to come with 2 to 3 topics. Today I got 2 topics because I think they're gonna pretty much take up the time of 3. One of them, well, they're both trending topics, but one of them is celebrity news, and the other one is just something tragic that happened, down in Nashville that know a lot of guys, you probably been following or watched it. But you said I'm just waiting on that $1,000 AC bill. You know what? I'm waiting on that AC bill to go all the way down before I really crank that, that MUD up, because that MUD is a bitch. That's like a whole house payment paying for heat up here. But so Riggs, I'm gonna go ahead and start us off with our little song. Then we're gonna go into the first topic, okay? See if I can find it up here. Let's see. All right, here we go. All right, y'all come on in. Make sure y'all please like and share the video. Please like and share the video. Thank you so much.
From the block to the hood table, big brick slaps and cake decorating diva, discussing local issues, national news too, encouraging y'all to like or share and subscribe. We bring the heat, keeping it real tight, from the White House to the gutter we report right. Welcome to the show, where we break it down, from the block to the hood table, it's all around. Sexy side profile man, the one and only big rig slaps in the cake decorating diva, the one and only the hood table, with news you can't use and subjects that need to be spoke. From the block to the hood, from the White House to the broke, we got many different topics and subjects. Grab your seat, get your popcorn, let's get ready. Talking about everything under the sun, from education to health, we here to run. Engage with us, spread the word far and wide. Appreciate y'all, thank you for the support. We bring the heat, keeping it real tight, from the White House to the gutter we report right. Welcome to the show, where we break it down, from the block to the hood table, it's all around. Sexy side profile man, the one and only big rig slaps in the cake decorating diva, the one and only the hood table, with news you can use and subjects that need to be spoke. From the block to the hood, from the White House to the broke, we got many different topics and subjects. Grab your seat, get your popcorn, let's get ready.
Let's get ready. Are y'all ready? Oh, I love that. I love that joint. I love that joint. Shout out to Charlie. Shout out to Charlie for making that for Riggs and I. But our first topic on hand tonight is going to be some trending news with Snoop Dogg, Snoop D-O-G-G. He has been trending in the news because of some comments that he had made, and he got some backlash from the community. Okay. and the LGBTQRST from the community. And I just want to discuss that because some people are feeling that Snoop had a point. He was right to say what he said. They don't think that anybody should have been offended. And then we have like some people from the community, including the most popular, infamous TS to the Madison, who has something to say too, as far as what he said. So what I'm going to do first, for those of y'all who might not have seen the news clips or whatever, I'm going to play that. It's about a 3-minute video, I think. The news is covering this story, so I'm going to let y'all play this, and then we're going to get into the commentary, okay? So let me put this on the screen. Let's see. Oops, wrong one. Here we go. And y'all come on in. Thank you for liking and sharing the video. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna hit mute.
LGBTQ content in kids' movies.
She had a baby. What?
Well, they can't drop him like it's hot. Snoop Dogg is speaking out about LGBTQ content in kids' movies.
She had a baby. What? A woman. Well, my grandson in the middle of the movie, like, Papa Snoop, how she have a baby with a woman? She a woman. Oh, I didn't come in for this. Came and watch the movie. Hey, man, watch the movie. They just said she had a baby. They both women's. How did she have a baby? I mean, I'm scared to go to the movies now.
For the great thing about my radio show is I was able to play all of this in the entire comment unfiltered. But now the woke mob is coming after him. A former Australian football player and the country's far left politicians want to cancel Snoop's performance at their football league's championship game. But the rapper does have his supporters.
I'm with Snoop. Like, I don't want to have to explain any of this in a cartoon or a movie if I'm taking my child.
That's just not a question I want to be asked or answered while I'm sitting here watching this children's movie with my grandchild. And you know, Snoop probably in that movie theater high as hell. Yeah. You know, he got to answer this deep question from his grandchild. I don't think there's anything wrong with expressing that. And I think everybody who has outrage over that, y'all are part of the problem with this society.
And the left also attacked Snoop earlier this year when he performed at the Trump inauguration crypto ball. So, one, there's a lot of truth coming out of Snoop from not just the black community, but especially there where these issues are not talked about every day. And you hear that from Charlemagne or DNV. Molly, they can't cancel Snoop.
Oh, he's uncancelable. You know, he's Snoop Dogg. The end. He's uncancelable. We all know that. I have to say, I'd never heard of this movie, and I have little kids. It was called Lightyear from 2022. I have absolutely no problem with the content. Like, he has a problem with the content in that movie. I have no problem at all. I thought that was presented as a brief history part of this movie. It wasn't a big part of the movie. And gay couples exist, and gay marriage is legal. And I found it all completely unproblematic. That said, we can all have a grown-up discussion, and I don't think we need to cancel a longtime musical artist related to it. It was controversial at the time when they considered pulling it, and I guess this movie can't be shown in some countries. But honestly, really innocuous content to me.
The honesty from the mouth of babes. That's the thing. His grandson asked the very basic question, how can two women have a baby?
Well, look, I really think the problem for Snoop Dogg is that he played at Trump's inauguration, and that immediately puts a target on him. Uh-oh, he's MAGA, so we are going to find any excuse to cancel him and to put him down. As for that Australian footballer, Australia, don't do this to yourself. Wake up. Stop going woke.
Yeah,
Raymond.
Look, this was Lightyear, which was based on Toy Story.
Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear with the appropriate movie for Snoop to be in, Buzz. But he made a great point. The movie, you know, the call of the old movie was from infinity to beyond. Now we're from surrogacy to beyond. I'm sorry, I don't think this has a place in children's movies. Why are we introducing sexual content, couples? These are kids coming for a lighthearted space adventure. They don't want to be burdened, and neither do parents, with this kind of baggage. It's a little overkill. Snoop makes a great point.
Yeah, and from the mouth of babes, or as in this case, a grandson to Pop
All right, you guys. So that's what is going on with Snoop Dogg right now. So my question to you, and I'm gonna give my commentary and how I feel about it. But my question to you is, first of all, how would you explain this to your little grandson or granddaughter or little child? Do you think what he said was offendable? And do you think that he should be canceled or he deserves this backlash? So, Riggs, I'm gonna start off with you since you my host. I'm gonna start off with you and see what you got to say about this. There's another video I got to show too about TS medicine, but we can do that a little bit down the line after we give a little commentary on this. But yeah, how do you feel? I don't know if you heard about this before I brought it to your attention, or you know, you do have grandkids, so I think this is a good topic that we could discuss tonight and get some, good opinions. But hey, sincere.
I agree with what dude said towards the end. Like, that type of content shouldn't even be in these type of movies or whatever. Disney been known to be doing all kind of weird shit like that, so it don't surprise me. We grew up watching Looney Tunes, man, and there was that fucking I can't remember what kind of animal he was, man. Maybe it was a skunk, I don't know, but he was always on that one, and he'd always go,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? And it's like he was a complete creep. You feel me? So like we grew up watching this shit, and they always then slip shit in, but now they really over the years have slipped in a lot of the content when it comes to like, LGBT or whatever, even in Nickelodeon. When my son was watching Nickelodeon and stuff like that, some of the kid characters that started coming into play, you can tell that they were like, if they were boys, they were very, very feminine. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they put things out there, and I get it. We're in a times to where, it is what it is, but there's a time and a place for that type of shit. And I just think that when you put it on to the kids or whatnot, that's not him. I seen that thing with that whole T.S. Madison thing you was talking about. If you're gonna play that later, and we can get into that, because there's a lot of apples and oranges in that conversation that they both had. Yeah, I just think that it's out of line, man. I don't think, even if to go on kind of how they were speaking, if we're gonna talk about, heterosexual, right? I just brought up that thing with that one animal, right? That did that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's out of line. You know what I'm saying? Like, if male on female, whatever, with the kids, that's out of line. Regardless, you don't need to be putting no type of sexual type of content into play into that, because when we raise our kids, we keep them from that, right? We're not going to sit up there and just be watching the rated R movie or whatnot with them just posted and shit. You know what I'm saying? They got to get up out of there. At least I know when I was growing up, my parents said, hey, y'all got to get up out of here. You feel me? So like, there's certain shit, but at the same time, we was watching Disney movies and all kind of shit like that. And now that I watch them, and then when you see things on YouTube, when it shows you even some of like the cover art for it, they were slipping in a lot of sexual content in that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say it's anything really new when it comes to them doing that with the kids. They kind of been doing it. I think they're putting it a big thing with Snoop, just for the simple fact, he just came out and said what he said. I mean, I don't think he said anything wrong. How can you explain that, right? If I'm in the movie theater and let's say, my young one asked me, yo, how was that whoopty whoop? The only thing I can tell him is, hey man, it's a cartoon, it's a movie, man. That's the only thing I can tell him. I'm not gonna go no deeper into that. You know what I'm saying? But I shouldn't have to do that at all. Because for one, us growing up, we know a man and a woman had to make us. So, that being in some type of a storyline in a Disney movie, that's whatever. You feel me? That's not And that's why I say when we go into that, if you play the Madison and with the TMZ shit, that's what I'm saying. It was like really apples and oranges. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we are living in a different time. You know what I'm saying? And thing is definitely different than what it was. Even when I was going to high school, we had student bodies and black student unions and all that, but that was as far as it went. When I got out of high school, they actually had like an LGBT community in the fucking high school. In the high school, like I couldn't believe it. When I heard, I was like, what? Because a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, it was bad. You know, people didn't want to come out because people was acting a certain way. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of shit that had to come into play, you know what I'm saying, for motherfuckers to get a different mind state of that shit. And that's just real, that's real talk, man. Like, I mean, we got to keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when you see that type of shit getting played in movies for the kids and cartoons and shit like that, and I gave you guys a fucking great example of us when we grew up, the kind of shit we was watching on the Looney Tunes and the sexual content into that. Now they just kind of throw it through the roof. You know, you can watch a Nickelodeon show and all that. You're going to see that all day long. All day long. We grew up watching Growing Pains and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Full House and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now you got shows to where it puts all of that in there. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of kid based. You know what I'm saying? Is that what the times that we're in? Yes, it is. But do we have to just put all that out there? No, we don't. There's a time and a place for that. You know what I'm saying? And I stand on that. You know what I mean? I just think certain things it can get out of hand. You know, I don't want to bring up an off topic, but even the bathroom shit. You know what I'm saying? I was in Nevada, you know what I'm saying? Reno, Nevada, and seeing the shit firsthand. I couldn't fucking believe it. You know what I'm saying? To where you can really, hey, if you think you're this, you can go in this fucking bathroom. Ain't no fucking way. If I got a daughter, you know what I'm saying, in there, and you whatever, and you think you just gonna go up in there with my daughter, we're gonna have an issue. You feel me? I don't have no disrespect to whatever you got going or whatnot like that, but that shit ain't gonna fly with me. I don't care how you spin it. I don't care what you gonna put on me. Whatever it is, what it is. That's a kid. You understand me? So, you know, I just have a real, you know, strong, you know, view when it comes to that shit. And I really don't think Snoop was out of pocket. I just think that because he spoke, you know, that's just something for these people to go ahead, you know what I'm saying, and get on his line. You know what I'm talking about? So, but you really can't explain that to your kids, man. Like how else can you explain it unless you gonna get really in depth? And then what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? So just like, you know, you ask me, how would I explain it? Hey, it's a movie, cartoon, whatever, you know, it is what it is. And then as they get older, it may come back to them, and then they can be like, oh, okay. You know, look, let's keep it 100, right? I grew up and on my step side, you feel me? And I did not know, but I had, you know, some step uncles, you know what I'm saying, that were transgender and did the whole full thing. I didn't know. I knew that they were really tall because it was two of them. I knew that they were really tall and everything like that, but they always carried themselves like in a feminine way and everything like that. And it didn't come out till I got a little bit older to where, you know what I'm saying, my mom, because it, you know, it was her husband, you know what I'm saying? It was like, you know what I'm saying? It was his peoples, you know what I'm saying? So it was like my step uncles, but they was cool peoples, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't know until later of what the sex was. And they was, you know, they was around and whatever, but it wasn't like, hey, you guys, you know what I mean? It wasn't talked about. It wasn't nothing, you know what I mean? So when you just put certain shit out there like that and just, it's just, I don't know, man. I don't think kids really, it's not necessary, man. The brains ain't developed to even really be tripping on all that shit to really be real with you. But just to be putting all that shit in there like that, it's just like, man, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And again, you know, like if it came with even some heterosexual shit, man, and you just got motherfuckers always kind of putting a lot of sexual content in the shit for the kids, that's out. That's out, bro. Like, you know what I mean? That's out. It is. It's just I don't know how else to put it. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, Hood Table. That's my spin on it.
Thank you for
highlight what Sincere just put, man. That's
this one right here.
The bottom one. The bottom one.
Okay, hold up. Okay, I see it.
And it's like, and to me, that's what I think that they be trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And it can be normal for certain people, right? But it's just like when you putting certain things out there, it's almost like you trying to push an agenda on somebody. Like if I'm always talking some gang shit and I'm on some kids, right? I got a kid show, but I'm always on some gang shit in my kid show. I'm pushing that. It can be some kid shit, but I always got like some type of gang shit or something in there. You feel me? I'm pushing that. They gonna think that shit is like, oh, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like how we was talking about how they be trying to normalize the sea walk and everything. But I was like, but hey, you know, that's more commercialized because if you really go to the hood, it's different. They really spelling shit. There's different movements to it. But I get it. You know, mostly what you see is a lot of bouncing around and shit. You know what I'm saying? And a little bit of footwork. But I mean, I'm just saying though, man, it's like what Sincere just said right there, man, was spot on, man. Spot on. And if we're gonna push something, push positivity, man. Push something good. Push, you know what I'm saying? Being like a good person out there. You feel me? Being helpful, you know, helping the elderly or whatnot. Put that in your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of things you can push out there. You feel me? And it's just really wild to me, man. Like it's wild. But go ahead. I'm done, man. I said I was done. I started talking again.
No, you're good.
I'm gonna go ahead on mute, man.
You was good. You was good. But you got a lot of valid points there, as you know, the people on Breakfast Club and Snoop and the media, the TV station media that we just watched. Me personally, when it comes to the children, very, very young children, you know, they're growing up in this time that we didn't grow up in. Like you said, we might have had uncles, or I had aunties back in the day that I didn't know they was gay. They dressed like guys, and you know, I was a tomboy growing up, so they dressed, but they really was like, you know, sagging, you know, they was really, you know, but I didn't know when I was first coming up there was gay guys in my family. I knew they act a little feminine, like you said, but I really didn't know. And it really was like an unspoken thing. Like they come to the gatherings, they come to your birthday parties, we go see them. They even come to church. Back then in church, they didn't really say too much either. So it was like we didn't have it like forcefully down our throat, like on TV shows and things like that. When we first came up, when I was real, real little, I mean, I still remember TV shows where the man and woman slept in different beds. And then, like, as it progressed through the years, they were in the same bed. We might not have seen them having sex. Then it progressed again and again, and we know what they doing in bed. You know what I'm saying? As little kids, we know what's going on. And now it's got to the point where, and I don't want to be offensive to anybody in the community, but it's like people are saying, I understand your plight. I understand why you fight for the rights you fight for, to be treated equal, to, you know, things like that. A lot of people lose their lives who are in the community, you know, because of people don't like them, or they judge them, or they're scared of them, or whatever it is. But it does seem like a lot of times we don't have a choice. Like we don't have a choice. And somebody said in the chat, when it comes to movies, you should look out and see what you bring in your child to. But if we don't know that that's in the movie, we won't find out until we're there. Now, I recall when I was growing up, and my mom was super, super duper religious. I mean, Bible thumping, Holy Ghost filled, speaking in tongues all day around the house, like religious. And we couldn't watch. We could watch cartoons. I mean, it was like we could watch certain things, but it was like news, sports. I mean, when it comes to the TV shows, the where people were having sex or things like that, or nope, turn the channel, turn the TV off. You can't find nothing else to watch. Go to bed, go outside. Like my mom was really strict on that stuff. And you talk about Pepe Le Pew, remember Bert and Ernie. A lot of the things that we was watching back in the day, we didn't even fully understand the message behind the message. We didn't understand that. I didn't know that Bert and Ernie was supposed to be gay in a relationship. I'm thinking they roommates. They share one room. It's a puppet show. You know.
There you go.
We didn't know.
And even if that ain't the case, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like in these times, that's what that would be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it, you know, it is what it is. And maybe that's what it was even then, because they brought that up like that. You know what I'm saying? That's wild you brought that up, because I remember hearing about that Hood Table maybe about like a good 10, 15 years ago.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And when
because they was breaking down all kind of shit. That's when they was breaking down the Disney shit and all the other type of shit. You know, because it was like the influence was the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And as adults, we seen a lot of these things, but like you said, we didn't register it like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And our parents, you know, parents back then were completely different than what we are. Our parents, you know, back then would be like, hey, you guys come back in when the fucking street lights come on. Mm-hmm. Nigga, we be fucking miles and shit up the fucking way.
Yep.
Nigga, there ain't no fucking way I could say that shit to my fucking kids younger, you know, hey, come in with hell no. Nah. Hey, you got a cell phone, call me in fucking, you know, 30, 40 minutes. Let me know where you at. Whoop, whoop. Don't go nowhere past whoopty whoop or this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm setting barriers and shit. You feel me? And won't have an issue, you know, walking outside and doing a little surveillance, making sure you within them fucking parameters.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's
so
me.
it's just different. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, we didn't register certain things. You know what I'm saying? But when I saw this stuff like 10, 15 years ago, I was just like, holy shit, man, that shit's crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was really on one.
But you know what I did hear was the Peppy. Really?
Right.
I swear, I promise. When you said that earlier, I was like, what? Hot damn. Peppy was a stalker.
Yes, he was.
He was a creep.
He was a fucking creep. He was check all the boxes. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't have a cartoon like that now, because it would be, like I said, it would be pushing something. You know what I mean? The way they would see it, it'd be like, oh, it's fine for you to go up to that girl at school and just fucking put your hands all on her and kiss all on her, even though she's trying to pull away from you. And you know what I'm saying? It's wild.
Yep. Absolutely. And that TV show, I haven't seen Lightyear. You know, my kids are grown, so I haven't. And matter of fact, I was talking to my oldest son today, the one I have the grandbaby by, and I was like, "Have y'all taken the baby to the movies yet?" Because I'm thinking of doing a movie date with him. And they was like, "No, we ain't took him to the movies yet. We try to wait till he get that age where he'll sit still and he'll, you know, won't get us kicked out of there." I'm like, "Well, you got to get him used to it. It's kind of like church. You got to take him young and get him. If you got to take him out for a second, okay, listen." But, you know, I was like thinking about that. But if I was there in the movie theater, and I think somebody asked how old was Snoop's grandbaby, I think his grandson was 6. Did they say? I think they said sure. 6. But he didn't know how to respond, and I wouldn't know. I'd be like, Ace, that's a discussion for your mama and your dada, and they probably would. That's a question for your yaya, because I know my son wouldn't want to have that conversation. But you have to. It makes you have to. We don't want to, but we have to, because they're seeing the shit. And the thing is, no judgment here. I love the community. I got everybody. You know, it's cliche, but we all got them in our family, right? Gay, straight, lesbian, we got, right? Somewhere down the line. But when it comes to what we have to tell our kids, because it's like forced in front of them, like I believe with the majority, I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it should be. You heard them say in other countries that movie is banned. Like I was
gonna touch on that.
Go ahead.
I was gonna touch on that Hood Table. So when the dude said that, it's like, okay, so what the fuck are we doing? You see what I'm saying? Why would this movie be banned in certain fucking areas? What's the content in this movie? Why are people not feeling this content and they don't want it to even be fucking played? You see what I'm saying? Like, people be on some really other shit, but like, I'm a real straight shooter, Hood Table. with everything. You know what I'm saying? Right, wrong, just kind of just straight shooter. You know what I mean? So like when I hear things like that, it already sets off something. If you want to call it bias, that's fine. But if there's something in there, I don't have to see it to fucking, if they saying that shit, something going on. And then if Snoop's talking about it and whoopty whoop and y'all making a big deal on it, probably because it's fucking banned in other fucking places. And Snoop, like I said, there's a reason for everything. They know this shit is probably banned in other places. Snoop speak on it. Oh, we got him. It's just like being in this sector shit, right? You be saying some old shit and whatever. Oh, we got him. You feel me? Same shit. What's up with it? Be easy. Same fucking shit.
Absolutely. And you're right, Jackie. They didn't smear it in our face so much back then. And that's the problem a lot of people have with it. It's not like we don't, like most of us, you know, a lot of us have grown over the years. A lot of things we would question as a youth, we don't anymore, because a lot of shit that we probably did as youth was rude. It was probably ignorant. It was probably disrespectful. And I'm not saying us on here, but I'm just saying, you know, some people see gay people back in the day and they call them everything but a child of God. But now it's like, you know, because of the plight that they have traveled, you know, a lot of them get more respect now. But it's like, we also feel like what our children should not have to learn why this girl is kissing a girl, why this boy is kissing a boy on a cartoon. It's one thing if it's a TV show or a movie that's grown adult and you let your kids watch that shit, and that's on you. Like you know, like our moms, they censored our shit. I can't ever say my mother just let us watch all kind of shit. But now you go into a cartoon, you don't even know. It ain't like they show it in the preview. I can guarantee they didn't show it in the preview of them ladies kissing, because a lot of people probably wouldn't have took their kids, or they probably would have what I'm trying to think of is they probably would have petitioned or something, you know what I'm talking about, try to take the movie down.
Hood Table, they threw a monkey wrench in the game. And just you saying that is like, wow, now that makes me think you're absolutely right. They wouldn't have put that in the motherfucking ad. Because why? Because then people would have been like, oh, well, maybe I'm not going to take my little one to see this one. You know, because maybe they know maybe he may ask me some questions and I don't really want to deal with that right now. You know, he's too young for all of that and whoopty whoop. And I mean, period. I mean, wouldn't you, if you seen something like that, would you still opt to take your kid to see it, or would you be like, maybe I'll pass on this one?
No. And let me tell you, I got somebody in the background. I ain't gonna say who it is, but he's more than welcome to hit the panel.
Be
but
easy.
We're gonna
it's gotta be. When you said he's more than welcome, it's gotta be me.
We're gonna be done in about 30 minutes. We're gonna wrap up our commentary, then we're gonna allow people to hit the panel because we got one more topic to discuss after this. Okay. So all right, hon, I'm gonna drop you down, but please come back because I would like to hear what you gotta say after okay. So he dropped down. All right, so that's what I gotta say on that. But I do want y'all to hear from somebody in the community, and that is from the TS to the Mass. And I think you got TMZ logo on here, so I'm gonna put one of my banners on here when I bring that video up.
They're going back and forth with each other on it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put that. That's not the one. Okay, that one right here. Okay, and then I'm gonna hit mute. And this is T.S. Madison, okay, that's speaking, but it got the TMZ logo on there. I just don't want no situations with them. But so I'm just gonna play the video for you guys, so just listen.
And so my question is, Snoop, you have music videos with women dancing and kissing other women, dancing naked. So why is displaying lesbian behavior in your music videos appropriate, and you are afraid to answer the questions from your grandchildren?
So wait a minute. There's an answer to that, which is that the videos that he does for his music videos for adults, they're not like
I think he would say that
they're not for
those
kids.
music videos aren't for kids.
I know that would be the setting, and that would be the but as a person, who understands how kids work. Kids see everything. Kids see everything. They see music videos. They hear lyrics. They hear these things.
But TS, that's where parenting comes in, right? I mean, you're right. Kids, if you just let them, they can see everything.
Is based off expression. So my question is, Snoop, you have music videos with women dancing and kissing other women, dancing naked. So why is displaying lesbian behavior in your music videos appropriate, and you are afraid to answer the questions from your grandchildren?
So wait a minute. There's an answer to that, which is that the videos that he does for his music videos for adults, they're not like
I think he would say that
they're not for
those
kids.
music videos aren't for kids.
I know that would be the setting and that would be the but as a person who understands how kids work, kids see everything. Kids see everything. They see music videos. They hear lyrics. They hear these things.
But TS, that's where parenting comes in, right? I mean, you're right. Kids, if you just let them, they can see everything.
Is based off expression. So my question is, Snoop, you have music videos with women dancing and kissing other women, dancing naked. So why is displaying lesbian behavior in your music videos appropriate, and you are afraid to answer the questions from your grandchildren?
So wait a minute. There's an answer to that, which is that the videos that he does for his.
Okay, I think I repeated.
I was
but that's absolutely yeah, but he's right, and it starts with the parenting. That's why I said when I was listening to their back and forth, it made no sense to me. I was like, what is TS talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, and that's why, to be honest with you, you can't really have conversations like this with everybody, because they're not ready to really have the conversation. You know what I'm saying? They're not. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can't really take certain things under consideration with a kid and an adult, the difference, there's a reason why things say 18 or 21. There's a reason for that. So if you're going to put that into play with something that has to do with Disney, Nickelodeon, or whatever, what the fuck are we doing? Those don't mix. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't mix.
Yeah, they don't. I agree.
Go ahead.
No, I agree. I mean, and I absolutely adore Tia's man. I watch her show almost every other day.
That was on
I
TMZ,
love
Sincere.
T.S. Madison. Yep, that was on TMZ. And I adore T.S. Madison. Been following her ever since the Kaya days when they used to do shows together. But it is apples and oranges. It really is. I mean, taking somebody to a rap concert where they got girls walking around, dancing around, half naked, falling down stripper poles, calling them bees, hoes, whatever. Even if it's a movie, Menace to Society. I mean, whatever.
Can you
Those
take your
are
kids to the
adults.
nightclub?
Right. You're not taking your kids to your nightclub.
Do they got a little daycare, a little center right there? You feel me? You know what I mean? Where they can just get kind of dropped off up in that thing, but still here and every, because like TS was saying, right? Oh, well, they pick up everything, music. Well, it's your parenting. It's what you letting them consume. Like, it's just like the things that was being said was just crazy. Like, it's like some people just really ain't ready to have the conversation. It's just like, I would just stop talking after a while. For real. I wouldn't try to be disrespectful or nothing like that, but I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I would just be done respectfully. Go ahead.
I would too. And I agree, Miss Natalie Nolans. Like I said before, you said this is what I was talking about. You have to be a parent first. Look at what you and I absolutely agree. And what I was saying earlier was, when you take your child to see a movie, you don't always know what's in that movie until you go. When you take your child to see a kiddie movie or a kiddie show, children approved, PG or whatever, you're not expecting to see men kissing each other or in the same bed with each other, or women and they having kids, and you gotta explain to your grandkid or your kid how they have a baby. Like, that was a good. Snoop Dogg has a very smart, intelligent grandson. That's one thing I have to say, because he knew right off the top.
He called it right out. Which these people that make these movies, they know that can happen, and that kid, like, that's why I say, what are we really doing?
Right.
So you think Snoop's grandkid is the only one that can, figure that out and call it? Fuck no. And that's why that shit is banned, and it is not being viewed in certain places because of that.
Yep.
People need to stop fucking playing stupid, bro. Like, that's the thing. Like, if we just gonna always just play it just to have like conversation or whatnot or content, okay, whatever. That's why I don't really watch too much TV, because, like I said, like I don't like the bullshit. I just come at me straight. You know what I'm saying? Don't come at me with all the whatever and this and then your excuse for certain things. Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a very fucking bright person and shit. Like, I don't got no college degree or nothing like that. But come on, man, you can't pull that shit over me like that, man. You know what I'm saying? So and a lot of these motherfuckers, they are very intelligent, and it's just like you're playing dumb and saying stupid shit, bro. Like what are we doing? Is this just for a conversation piece? And what I mean by that is when they make these films and do all this shit, it's like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Just like with the foods that we eat, like the shit they put in them, like, what the fuck are they doing? They trying to kill us or something? I mean, like, it's wild, man. But go ahead, man. God damn, go ahead, man.
I agree. It actually said exactly. This child is very, very smart, very smart. And when I see two male penguins in union and lay eggs, then I'll say all this. You know what, Sincere? You know what? Okay, so I think a lot of people have a lot of valid points with that conversation. Again, I'll drop the link momentarily after we wrap up our commentary, so that anybody want to chime in on this topic or the next topic. The next topic, let me pull up the video. Let's see this news story. Child. Okay, so the next topic is a short video clip. It's a few short video clips that I'm gonna show you guys. Now, this particular story happened in Nashville, Tennessee, you guys. And thank you all for sharing and liking the video. I appreciate you guys. Hey, Miss LA, how you doing? What up? How you doing? This next story happened in Nashville, Tennessee. I know a lot of y'all have heard about it. Just recently, last month, August 25th, a Black female woman was shot and killed after allegedly forcing entry into the home of her husband's girlfriend. 42-year-old Metro Nashville resident. Her name is Keiona Wilson. She died after being shot inside of a home on Scalf Drive. They said she allegedly went to a home looking for her husband, who was in a relationship with another woman, side chick. She allegedly found her husband's car behind the home and used her key to move the vehicle to the front of the girlfriend's house. And then police said she then knocked on the front door, and after some time, the other woman, the mistress, began speaking to the wife through the home surveillance. I think it was the Ring system, through the home security system. And both of the women began arguing over the speaker. And I'm going to show you clips of that too, of them arguing. And she was trying to find out if her husband was there, which his car was in the back. She knew her husband was there, but they said she attempted to enter the home, and police said the woman fired at her one shot into the storm door. And then she wasn't struck by that bullet, but then the wife gained entry and the two began to fight. And at some point, a second shot was fired by the other woman and struck Wilson, the wife, in the abdomen. She was able to get into her husband's car that she had the key for, that she parked in front of the house, and she drove a short distance, flagged down a police officer, but she passed away. They got her to Skyline Medical Center. but she later died. At the time of this article, they said that no charges had been filed at the time of the investigation, but I came across something that I believe she did get charges for because she was a felon, and she wasn't supposed to have a gun. So they said she will get like charges for that. But so far, there's no charges for the actual murder or anything like that. So what I want to show you guys first is the video clip is part 1 and it's part 2 of this video footage from the Ring camera from this wife. Yes, it's very devastating. Very devastating. Child, I got so much to say about this, Riggs. Let me put this video up here. Okay, so again, this is part 1. And the video is only 33 seconds, so you gotta really listen too. And then the second video is, I think, like the second video is probably a little bit longer because the cousin of the lady who died, the cousin of the wife, she's been on a rampage on social media seeking justice for her husband, which is the wife. And a lot of people is like, the fuck? Why the fuck you go over that girl house? That ain't something you should have done. And a lot of people is like, well, okay, maybe she shouldn't have went over there, but that wasn't a reason for the lady to get murdered. So we'll discuss that, but let me pull this up real quick first. Let me make it bigger. Hit.
Come on, come on. Now, Shorty, wait a minute. You need to go that way. I ain't worried about that. No, you need to go that way. Come on. Now, ain't nobody gonna come no. Well, you're not gonna be doing this over my goddamn house. But okay, he's gonna call you or whatever. Well, you need to call him. But you're not gonna do this here. I'm not trying to. Well, how you not trying to? You just did it. No, when I
All right, so that was part 1. That was part 1. Somebody in the chat said, where was the husband, child? The husband had locked himself up in the room in the house. Okay? He had locked himself up in the room in the house. Okay? Ain't that some shit? I mean, people all over social media calling him a coward, saying he should have came out to go, in the beginning, and none of that shit probably would have happened if he would have came out and just be like, baby, go home, or he leave, or something like that. Because he a whole married man still living with his woman. It ain't like they broke up and she just mad because he moved on. They like married, they're a couple, and she went to the crib. But yes, his ass was in the crib, hiding. Basically hiding while these two ladies was outside fighting. That's what he was doing, y'all. But I'm gonna show y'all part 2. Now, this is the cousin narrating this particular video. The cousin is narrating because she's the one who's been showing this content of the Ring footage online. So let me go ahead and pull this one up. It's a commercial, so let me get this commercial out of here first. You said if they don't want to be there, let them go. Child, you know what? Okay, let's see. Hold on. Did I put the right video? Okay, now this one is 56 seconds. Again, it's narrated by the cousin, the one who's seeking justice for her cousin, the wife who was killed. So I'm gonna play that real quick, and then we gonna get into the commentary. And I'm gonna hit mute.
Watch this. You see that light? You see that? She was already shot. She was already shot. And she knew she was shot. Her adrenaline took her on in there. Her adrenaline took her in there. She was shot on the outside. I don't know. There you go right there. Right there. Outside. Watch it. Watch that light before she go in.
No, come on. Look, goddamn foot.
Y'all see that? Boom. That's when she was hit. She folded, went in there, folded and folded, and she ran out, realizing she was hit. She ran out and realized.
So that was part 1 and part 2 of the ring footage from that. All right, let me take this off of here. Again, the husband, he was, in the house, locked up. He was upset. He didn't come out. I'm sure after he probably heard the gunshots, he probably came out, but he didn't come out when I think he should have came out. Now, before we get into the commentary, I have to play this video clip. Riggs, if you want to go off camera, get your little drink on, your little smoke on, whatever, because this video is a little longer. It's almost 5 minutes, but I have to play this because this is the
shout out to the chat.
Yes, shout out to the chat. This is the cousin. And her video was 15 minutes, but I'm only going to play 5 minutes of the video. But it's very important that we got to hear what the cousin has to say, okay? And then we could, equally, chime in on both sides of the story. So let me go ahead and put that on here. And while I'm playing this for you guys, I'm going to run down the hall to the restroom. And then I'm going to have this playing for you guys, and I'm going to go on mute. And this is the cousin. She is big mad, y'all. Big mad. Okay, let's see. All right, here we go.
Supreme family, supreme rising, supreme rising. I just want to come through for a brief second and touch on my niece. She's my cousin / niece. When you get older and they get older, they don't call you cousin. They say auntie, because me and my cousin Yolanda, which is my baby's mother, it's like sisters, even though we know we are cousins, but we growed up calling each other sisters. Let me say this right here. I've been seeing the different little comments that everybody's been making and everything. But let me say this. Let's be clear. All of y'all that's making those comments saying, well, she was wrong and this, that, and the third. She shouldn't have came to no house and all of this, that, and the third. Ain't no goddamn way that you're going to tell me that it's been somebody that you love so dearly and you ain't went to look for them. When you feel that something ain't right, you don't get up and go and look for them. See, if you sit up here and try to paint a beautiful picture of your motherfucking self, when all in reality, if that had been your husband, if that had been your wife, that shit probably would have ended up the same way. Because when you love somebody, you love hard. And the length that anybody would go through just to prove their point. So y'all know I say opinions is like assholes. Everybody got one. My whole biggest thing about this whole situation is, bruh, why didn't you just come out the motherfucking house? See, it was you who she wanted. Yeah, they probably end up boxing, got the fight or whatnot later on down the line. But if you had bucked your motherfucking ass out of that goddamn house, that would have diffused both of them women going back and forth with each other. Because at that moment, she wanted you. She wanted you. See, if it had been me, and I know I'm wrong in this situation, and you come, your wife or significant other come to my door, beating on my door, want her husband, he got to come up out of there. He had to come out of there. Especially after them fighting or whatnot, he wouldn't have been locking himself in no goddamn room. No, nigga, you come up out of here. I ain't facing this by my motherfucking self. You locked the door, bruh. And let them women go through what they went through as a straight goddamn coward in every motherfucking way of a coward. That was a coward. See, because our loved ones is in the morgue. Our family is preparing a funeral. She just sent her 2 children off to college not even a week ago. And they had to come back yesterday to get ready to prepare to bury their mother over some senseless shit, nigga. That was some senseless shit. Only thing you had to do, bruh, was bring your motherfucking ass out that house. Get out of that woman's house. Get out of the house to defuse that problem. When she beat it on that door and you found out that it was her, you should have came up out of that goddamn door. You sitting up here reconciling your differences with your wife, and you sitting up there playing all at the same time. Goddamn it, people got motherfucking feelings around here. You can't play like that with every motherfucking body. Because like I say, women and men, when we love motherfucking hard. And you knew how much she loved you, bruh. She didn't give a fuck about you. She wouldn't even showed up. And you know this. I'm keeping both of the women out of the equation right now. I'm talking about what could have diffused. One had to go downtown and the other to her death. Your wife to her death. Let me tell you something, brothers and sisters. Y'all better quit playing these goddamn games. Y'all better quit playing these motherfucking games, y'all. See, if you don't want them or you got somebody else, best thing to do is let them go. You better let them go. Let them go easy. Let it down easy. Let them go easy because you don't know what level that a person is mentally. Sisters, let me just be real with y'all. If you know that man has a woman, if you know he has a wife, stay in your goddamn lane. Stay in your lane. See, all of this would be preventable if you just keep a great amount of respect for the next fellow woman or man. Respect the fact that that is their husband. Respect the fact that that is their wife. Because people ain't playing about the ones that they love now. They're not playing.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. The cousin is big mad, and she she has every right to be mad if she feels like her cousin didn't deserve to die. A lot of controversy going back and forth about this situation. I'll let y'all watch the ring footage. I'll let y'all hear from the cousin. And I read the news story to you guys. I want to discuss this with you, especially ladies, because most of us have been cheated on. It is what it is. Most of us has been cheated on. Some of us have stayed. Some of us has left. Me personally, I usually leave. I might give it another round, another chance, to see if he's really sincere, apologetic, won't do it again, type of bullshit again, and it's out. If I even give you a second chance. But if you fuck up again, it's definitely a wrap. But I have been in a situation where I didn't go to the woman's house on that type of shit, but I went to a situation where I went to somebody's house because I wanted to find out if what was really going on was what I heard in the street. I didn't go over there to fight. I didn't go there for none of that bullshit. But it was a situation. My oldest son's dad, because I got 2 kids by 2 different fathers. Both to this day, at this time of age, great fathers. But back in the day, we were young. That oldest son's father, oh wow, he was wow, he was out there. And I kept hearing that he had another kid. And I was like, nah, he ain't got no kid. He with me all the time. We sometimes we women be in a delusion. And I'm thinking we together. He can't have no kid. When would he have time to do? That's when I realized, oh man, only needs 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Get that shit wet, get somebody knocked up. I mean, I was young. I was, naive around that time, early, But I can make every excuse in the book, but it happened. I wanted to know for sure. My homegirl kept saying, I keep seeing him with this baby and with this girl and da 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 da. It was so funny because she kept describing, no shade to the woman, but she kept describing the woman as a big bird because she said she was real tall, she light skinned, and she's big. She's kind of big. And so I was like, okay. So I asked him about it. Nope. That's not true. That was my cousin. He made up something. That was my cousin, and I was taking her somewhere. You know, he made up some type of lie. So I'm like, man, I keep hearing my homegirl. And you know, sometimes we have homegirls who are just trying to just trying to interfere, just trying to be messy. But this particular homegirl I had known for a long time. And I knew if she kept bringing it to me, then I needed to really investigate. So I did. So what I did one day, because she told me that they was always in the car that he was driving. So what I did, just a little transparency from the hood table. Y'all ain't heard this story before. But what I did was I faked asthma attack in the middle of the night. And I was like, I need to go outside and get some air. He's like, are you sure you don't want me to take you to the hospital? Whatever. No, I'm not, bro. I just need to go outside and get some air. I need some fresh air. So I snuck and grabbed his keys and I went outside and I went in the car and I opened the glove box and I started going through paperwork and I found the car was in a particular female's name. I got the name, I got the phone number, I got the address. And the reason why I did that was because he had told me that his mother had a boyfriend who had a lot of vehicles. And he had told me that he was letting him use a car. And I was like, why you always got the car? You get to use the car all the damn time. You ain't never got to take it back. So something I started putting two and two together. Anyway, make a long story short, it was her car. He was cheating. I approached her. She was like, we just had a kid. Oh my God. I mean, she about to die. Oh my God. She told me. I mean, her reaction was like, I'm like, okay, I just wanted to verify you can have him. And I walked on. But when I was walking on, I didn't realize I was pregnant. So that's how that shit happened, right? So our sons are not that far apart. She didn't like me for many, many years because she thought I broke up their relationship, even though I didn't know that he was cheating. So it was that type of situation. I'm glad that I didn't approach her and get shot. You know what I'm saying? But in this particular, I tell y'all this story because in this particular situation, when we're young and we just, you know, we go off feelings and emotion as women, and sometimes we don't think. And that woman, I'm sure she was going off her feelings and emotions. He probably had been cheating on her for a long time, and she just wanted her man and wanted her man home. Was she wrong for that? At this time of age, as I matured over the years, I would have never done that before. I mean, now I wouldn't do that now. I would never go to a female's house because I already know if some bitch come to my house and I know I got a whole pistol. I ain't saying I would shoot her, but you never know what's going to happen. You just never know. You just never know. At this day and age, I would just be like, fuck it. If he wants to keep cheating and you stay, that's on you. Because I'm pretty sure this ain't the first time he cheated. Because there was a post, you guys. There was a post on Facebook. Now he done took his Facebook and all his social media down, right? But when this shit first popped off, there's a post and he had said he made a post or something, and the mistress had commented under the post. So this shit had been going on. This was years ago. So he probably was with the mistress for a long time because she was commenting, interacting with him under his Facebook post, and so was the wife. So anyway, I just want to get y'all opinion on the situation. Especially ladies, have you ever been in a situation where a guy cheated on you and you had to do your investigation or you wanted to, and did you go to a woman's house? Have anybody ever came to your house? How would you handle this? Would you have handled it differently? Do you believe the girl deserved what she got? Do you think the lady should be in jail? Because that's where it is right now. A lot of people who are supporters of the wife, they think the lady should be in jail. And let me I'm gonna let Riggs chime in a second, but let me add to this. This is not the first time the lady has been in trouble with the law. As far as the one who shot the wife, she was a felon as it was. She had gun charges in the past, okay, and she was a felon, so she wasn't supposed to be having a gun. So that's why they got her on the gun. But they didn't charge her for the shooting or the murder. They didn't charge her for none of that yet, because they are petitioning for her to be charged for the murder. So I'm gonna let Big Riz chimes in on this, and I'm gonna pull up this rap sheet of this woman while he's talking. Then I'm gonna drop the link, and I want to hear what you guys gotta say, whether it's about the Snoop Dogg issue or about this issue right here. But go ahead, Riggs, while I pull up her charges.
You can go ahead and drop the link. So probably by the time I'm done talking, if
Okay.
somebody wants to pull up, but
Okay, cool.
well, you know, for one, I'm not a woman, and so I'm gonna put this in a sense of as if this was a man, right? Because a lot of men do this type of shit too. So I get the cousin, auntie, whatever, upset and how she feels. She's supposed to feel that way. But at the same time, we're all adults. You said something that made a lot of sense, and that was, I wouldn't do anything like that now. I wouldn't pull up to nobody's house. You used yourself as an example. Shit, I got a whole gun over here. You feel me? Somebody pull up over here to my shit. That's a fact. I'm old school with it. I've been like that from the jump. You don't pull up to nobody's motherfucking house. And back in the days, we used to do that shit, but it was on a whole different scale. Nowadays, hell no, you don't pull up to nobody's motherfucking house. I don't give a fuck. And the thing is how I was gonna say with the man putting into place, you know, that'd be a really emotional man. And there's a lot of emotional men out there, and they crash out. That would be a perfect example of a crash out. You know, like I said, we adults. You know that when shit ain't right. How the cousin was speaking on it. Hey, you want to find out where your loved one is? I get it, but you putting 10s on it right now. You acting like this man is up missing or something like that, you know, like on some other shit. She knows where this man was at. She seen the car at this lady's house. She knows what's going on. This is their issue at home. Okay. This shit happens all the time. How you deal with it is how you deal with it. But usually when you deal with it like this in an emotional way, and especially you pull it up to somebody's house, this is going to be your outcome. So when I said I would put it in a perspective as a man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if I was, you know, teaching my son, hey, hell nah, bro. You know what I mean? If you think your woman is out there messing around and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? You cut that shit off. You know what I'm saying? You don't crash out and fuck off your life and everything you got going over this woman, because she just gonna continue on doing what she do. You ain't gonna change nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I had to, like, you know, realize certain things like that. I wasn't getting game like that as I was, you know, younger. I kind of like got that game myself, just peeping game. You feel me, on how motherfuckers move and shit, and just how relationships be, and you know how like how I say, you know what I'm saying, everything can be good, and you know, a person, they ain't obligated to you, man. They can leave tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And you can have a lot of love for them. I get exactly what the cousin was saying, man. Fuck yeah, you love hard, all that shit, bro. That's a fact. A lot of crimes of passion and shit happen because of that. But, you know, like I said, you know, as an adult, you know what I'm saying, we got to really register these type of things, man, and just know, like, hey, man, you know, shit, sometimes things, it is what it is. You know, yeah, that man was over there fucking around being a complete dirtbag, but that gave you no right to go over there to that lady's house. That man was going to eventually come home. You could have had your arguments, whatever you was going to go through, whatever, whoopty whoop, you know what the fuck it is. You seen the car over there, so you know what it is. But now you gone. And now the girl already had a bad rap sheet, like what you said. She already didn't have pistol cases. She's with the shit. So now, you know what I'm saying, you fucking with somebody that really ain't with that nonsense. And again, that's why I say you never know who you fucking with and playing with out there, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You never know. So, you know, like, I get it, man. I do understand, you know, her family being upset and everything. They lost somebody, bro. I understand that. But at the same time, I think it would have been better for them to really just be like, you know what I'm saying? She really, like how the people were saying, she really shouldn't have went up over there. She should have just let that man just be the dirtbag and understand that's what he is. He ain't gonna change. Leave him alone. Move on. You know what I'm saying? what do they say? Strap your boots up or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you know, and go hard. But you didn't even give yourself that opportunity. You know, you went over there off of emotions and feelings and shit. You know what I mean? Like you went over there for a confrontation. And when you go over to somebody's place, man, for a confrontation, like they say, you can't tell nobody how to fight. And when you go to somebody's house and you want some other shit, why there's no charges right now, because she's kind of in the right if the lady came over there on some other shit. Now, yes, she does have, you know, those things against her and everything, and that's why they're trying to get her for that shit, because, you know, her rap sheet ain't too good. But just on some normal shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just going over to somebody's house because your mate is over there and they fucking around on you, you know what I'm saying? And then you fuck around and get pilt, you know what I'm saying? The family's going to think that you're going to go to jail for that. No, that ain't really the case. That's not the case. And it's just really sad, you know what I'm saying? Because for one, you know, again, this guy, he's a dirtbag. He did what he did. He's still out here living his life. You know, he could still be out there fucking whoever he wants to fuck, and this woman is gone. But there's a lot of men that have been through this shit too, though. That's why I said, you know, I'd rather flip it to the man, because there's a lot of men that like this story that you just ran right now. There's a lot of men, bro, that fucking partners that just crash out over their chicks over stupid shit, man, doing stupid time. You know what I mean? Just over dumb shit. You feel me? So it's just like these type of things like this, like I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers, they get really possessive and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? And like that lady, you know, like the whole loving heart and everything, a lot of that kind of possessive too, though, man. Because again, nobody owes you anything. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard. Sometimes you got to really be able to grasp that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think a lot of people really grasp that. Like they've been with somebody for so long and they just think, you know, it is what it is. Like, we gonna rock this out. It don't always be like that. And you just got to always kind of remember that. You got to, I'm not saying safeguard your heart or anything like that, but you just got to understand, man, like that's a possibility. It's always a possibility. It's always a possibility. And that's why, you know, just now that I understand that and know that, you know, I let my son and shit understand and know that too, so he don't ever just completely crash the fuck out. Because I get it, man. You know, love is a motherfucker, man. You fall in love with somebody, man, it can make you do a lot of strange things, man.
Hell yeah.
It really can. So it's like I can't fault what the cousin is saying or any, like, I can't fault none of that. But at the same time, I'm big on accountability. And if I was like a family member or a friend, I would have definitely if I would have knew anything of the situation, been like, man, don't go over there to that lady's house, man. You already know this motherfucker's on some other shit. Leave this motherfucker alone, man. And whoop-de-whoop, man. Fucking, you know, go hard, man. Do what you doing, whatever your goals is with life, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that motherfucker, man. Period. And both ways, you know what I'm saying? Or even my partner, man, fuck that chick, bro. She on some other shit. You know what I mean? And with women, it's different because, you know, it's easier, you know, for women to, you know, kind of bounce back faster than a man. You know, I don't know why women always think men, you know, just got women all at they fucking, you know, feet and shit. Like we just got women coming at us all the time. You know what I'm saying? For the men out there, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all do.
Nah, that ain't true, you know. But you know, it's just real, man. You know, and it's just really sad. And again, you know, he's out here doing what he wants to do. That lady is gone. And that's what I'm saying, man. Working on emotions and shit like that, which that was a lot of emotions and feelings in there. You feel me? She had enough time to think and move the car, like you said, parked the car, walked up to the door. You know what I mean? Hood table. I mean, just keeping it a buck, bro. And like even the cousin, like I said, I know she's upset, but I mean, like all those steps right there, it's like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? If anything, you know, you just should have been like, man, I just wish I could have told my cousin not to even go over there to that house. Fuck all these other excuses and everything else I'm saying. That's all kind of just word salad. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of feelings. I get it. We all can go on and on about that. But if we just, like I say, I'm a straight shooter, man. You know what I'm saying? And if it was my family member or whatnot, I'd be the same way, man. I'm not trying to be heartless or cold, but I'd be the same way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's how I feel on it, though. Nobody hit the link yet?
Nope, nobody hit the link yet. I don't know if Beezy is still in the chat, but feel free to hit the link if you want to chime in on the Snoop Dogg situation. But when it comes to this situation, Had she known, now this is just my theory, my little assumption, because I'm gonna put myself in these shoes, in her shoes, even though, like I said, to this day, I wouldn't do no shit like I did, child. The stories I could tell. The stories I could tell. I mean, the shit me and my girls and my clique, my crew did back in the day, we done fucked some shit up back in the day, okay? For less. But has she known? Now I'm gonna go through some of these charges, right? The girl or the lady who shot the wife, the mistress who shot the wife. Her name is Keiona Renee Greer.
I'm
And
gonna
they
go quick
charged her with
avatar real quick, hood table real quick.
Okay, hon, go ahead. Now, some people are saying it's a little weird, a little eerie, a little creepy how their names are very familiar, similar. Like the mistress' name is Keiona, the wife's name is Keiona. They both born in 82 around the same time. But to me, that's neither here nor there. That could just be a coincidence. But besides theft and merch, a lot of people, back in the gap, this is back in the gap, 2001, 24 years ago, a lot of people shoplifting and stealing bullshit when they was young. So that she has a few of those. She has a few theft merch. That was in May. That was in August the same year. She's still stealing. But this one in 2002, possession of a weapon, misdemeanor. That was in 2002. She appeared in court. Says here there was no court fines, no probation, nothing like that. I don't know if that's so long ago. I don't know. I'm sure something happened to her. I just don't see anything on here. Anyway, the next one, aggravated assault. Case closed. This was also in 2002, a felony. She appeared in court 2003. That was, let's see. Again, it doesn't show the probation. It doesn't show the restitution part of that. I wonder if you need special privileges to find out what the outcome of the actual case is for this Nashville, Tennessee. I don't know. But okay, then there was a driver and license suspended. Hell, most of us didn't have that. I'd have had that several times. I done ran from the police and all kind of shit. Had license suspended. I don't know how many times when I was younger. But anywho, that's neither here nor there. We're talking about Keiona. So then there was another one, driver license suspended. Then let's get to this one.
What state was it, hood table? Melanated.
She's in Tennessee.
Okay.
Yep, Nashville. This one, so she had a few weapons charges. She had a few shoplifting, stealing. She had a few suspended licenses. This one right here, attempted first degree murder back in 2003. This is what I wanted to hit on. I believe, has she known that this woman, I don't even know if the man knew, the husband knew that she had violent tendencies or had several felony charges for weapons, for attempted murder. They dropped it down to assault, aggravated assault. She did 6 years. Another one, possession of a weapon in 2003. I mean, we got like 3 or 4 and prison time on here. Had the wife known this, maybe she wouldn't have went over there. Even though to this day, I wouldn't recommend anybody. It's a lot of driver's license suspensions, but fraud, credit card fraud. Oh, damn. She is like a serial identity theft. Oh, what? See, I didn't even go through all of this. Y'all, I didn't go stalking. You know what? Stalking? Oh, wow. Okay. Damn, let me keep going. Another weapon. This was 2025. This is the current one, 2025. Charge is a felony. So that's what I was telling y'all. She wasn't charged for the murder. She was charged for the gun charge. It's still an ongoing case. It's still open. I don't know the outcome of this right now. We don't know the outcome of this right now. But let me get this off of here. I just wanted y'all to see that because thank you, Jackie. Because although, and this is why the cousin and a lot of people is going so hard. Let me remove this, Rick. This is why the cousin, and I'm saying the wife shouldn't have went over there. That's what I'm saying. The wife should not have went over there. I don't believe she should have been murdered. I just don't believe that she should have been murdered. I mean, the lady was there. They was arguing. The lady didn't hit her. The lady didn't threaten her. If you listen to the video, the lady was talking real calm. The wife was real calm. And the lady, it seemed like she had to have had the gun already when she came to the door for her to shoot like she had to pick up her gun. Oh, I'm gonna get this bitch out of here, and went to the door. Now, I'm not saying that it's a fucked up situation. I don't think she deserved to lose her life. I wish she would have stayed home and just threw his shit out. Did a Angela Bassett on Waiting to Exhale and burned all his shit out in the front yard. I wish she would have done all of that. Now she just sent her kids to college. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy, Riz. It's crazy, chat. And menace to society, that's a great word for Jackie Gaines, because she had not had 1, 2, or 3 or 4 gun charges, felony charges, but she did prison time for shooting someone, attempted murder. They dropped it down to manslaughter. And then here again, you got a gun still. You done had 3 felonies already for gun, and you still got a gun. And if they get her only on the gun, that's crazy to me. That's just crazy to me. And I had to talk with my Riggs. I'm gonna let you chime in on this, but I had a conversation. I don't know if you talked to your son about this, but my youngest son just got him a pistol. We go to the range. A lot of people in my family, we got guns. All my homegirls got guns. We go to the range. We practice shooting. We take classes, all that shit, right? And I was telling my son to remember, now that you have your gun, remember what they taught us in the classes that we go to. Every time you say self-defense, don't necessarily mean to the judge or the prosecutors that was self-defense. When you have a gun in your possession, you have to be very smart. You can get in court and be like, you couldn't shut the door. I'm just looking at how the court session would probably go. I done watched a lot of court TV and studied a lot of cases, as y'all know. And I'm thinking the judge might be something, or the prosecutor might be something like, you couldn't just shut the door. She was still outside in the street. You just couldn't shut the door. You couldn't call the police. You couldn't like the woman never hit you. She didn't slap you. She didn't threaten you, and you just shot her. And you shot her twice. So it's certain situations where people in history, Riggs, and I'm sure you've seen some of those cases on TV, where people claim self-defense and they doing life in prison. Why? Because the judge or the prosecutor feel like, or the jury, you could have walked away. You could have.
It depends on the state laws, though. Too.
That too. If it's a stand your ground, or that too.
Absolutely. So all that kind of comes into play, and they got the ring footage, so they're gonna go ahead and they're gonna go over all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's still, how long ago did this happen?
This was last month on the 25th.
Oh yeah, so they're still going over some things. Yeah. What's up with it, Chad T? What's up with it, Bird?
What up, Chad? How you doing? What up, Bird? Hey. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Chad. Definitely don't. These are things that we need to have. I'm glad you said that, Chad. These are things that we need to have with our children, because our children, a lot of them grow up, especially in the hood. My son been wanting a gun for a long time. He even wanted a gun when he was living here. And I said, nope, you ain't gonna have no gun here. I got one. That's all we need. You get your own shit, when you get your own shit, then you can get your pistol. Riggs, as soon as he moved out, he applied. Riggs, when I tell you that just as fast as I turned his room into my grandbaby's room, that's just as fast as he went and got his own pistol.
Well, with my son, I want him to do all of that. Me, myself, I'm not really a gun. I never really was like a gun dude. You know what I'm saying? I've always kind of had one just for protection, but I never would my partners, they was hella into them, had all kind of different shit. And, I wasn't infatuated with them. You know what I'm saying? But when it does come to them and being smart and knowing how to use them, and then being, getting your accuracy right, I'm all for it. Like his brothers, you know what I'm saying? They older and they all got their shit. You feel me? And they always go to the range, and I love it. His one older brother,
That's
you
a
know,
nice family trip to the range. Is a nice family trip.
his son is, I want to say, maybe about maybe 12 years old, and he takes him to the range and he lets off shots too. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm all for it, man. If they're comfortable and you can teach them, you know what I'm saying, and then they get on point with it too, you know what I'm saying? I think that you know, everybody should kind of have, you know, some type of training and a pistol in their fucking house, man, especially with these type of times that we in. You know, you got to keep your family safe. You know, I don't want you to be out there acting a donkey or whatnot, but I want you to be able to, you know that you can, you know, protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Make it
right,
hopefully to the next day. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
I'd rather be caught with it than without it.
Absolutely. So, you know, your son going out there and doing that, you know, to be honest with you, Hood Table, a lot of the younger generation, they're really on point with that. Like I got a lot of younger cousins and everything that are, you know, males and shit, and they're really about that. You feel me? Like they get their pistols, they get them in their names because they didn't fuck up, they didn't, you know, get no bad shit on their records. You know what I'm saying? Us, you know, we was on some other shit. You know what I'm saying? But they stand, you know, really cool and everything, so they get their shit legit in their names, and you know, it's dope. So I'm all for it, man. And then especially you know, when you can sometimes get that when you can, you know, carry it and shit, you feel me? I don't mind that either, man, because you know,
like
when you
concealed weapon and
yeah,
stuff
because when you see certain incidents, you know, when you know, people be at, you know, movie theaters, restaurants or whatnot, and then you got these, you know, stupid motherfuckers, man, that do dumb shit, and you may have somebody in there that's got some proper training and may have a thing on them, man, and can possibly save a few lives, bro. I'm for it, man. Like it may sound crazy or whatnot, but you know, my boy, he stay out there in Oregon, you feel me? And when I go and visit him, he stay with his thing on him. Like that's like a normal thing out there. We will be out there and fucking a TJ Maxx, and everybody got their thing
how I
on them.
am. I don't go anywhere.
You see it. It's right there on their hip. You feel me? Like when you driving on the freeway, they got the shotgun on the back of their shit. Everything is, you see it. You know, it's all fair game. You know what I'm saying? If you think you finna pull out your shit and do some shit, I'm finna pull out mine.
Yep.
So you get a whole different respect. You know what I'm saying? It's an even playing field. It's wild. Like it fucks you up because you see people like, damn, man, that motherfucker just got his pistol and shit like that. But ain't nobody tripping because everybody got their shit. Ain't nobody just running up in nobody's house because they know what the fuck it is.
Absolutely. And our state, we can carry, we can carry on the outside, we can carry concealed, we can have the shit on our dash, we can have the shit, like we can do basically whatever we want. Now, what our state do recommend though is that we do not have it openly displayed because of the situation. And I told my son this, I said, you don't want people to know you're carrying. You don't want people to know, because if somebody is looking to rob a place, rob a joint, they're looking for the people who they think might be carrying. They're looking for the people who they think they might have a problem with. So if you got your shit displayed, guess who they're gonna try to take out first? And that's one thing that, you know, once they went away with the concealed, because we used to have where you had to take, and I was so pissed because I'm like, I done paid all this money, damn near $300 fucking for a concealed weapon class and get my concealed weapons license, you know, years ago when I got my shit. And then only for them to turn around years later and say, oh, you don't have to do that anymore. Everybody can have a concealed weapon here. You know, and I'm like, well, damn, I want my money back. But, you know, that's one thing they said when they first did away with the license and all that shit. They was like, we just don't recommend that you just be walking down the street where everybody can see the gun on your hip, or you just walking through Walmart. And they say, just, you know, just be smart. Just be smart. And I don't let nobody know I got shit. I'll be at parties. I'll be at birthday parties. I'll be here. I'll be there. Don't nobody be knowing I got a gun on me.
You a secret gangster.
Like my homegirls. Like with me and my homegirls, I got this one cousin, CC, who a lot of people are familiar with. He's a boy. And every time we go somewhere, I swear to God, you got your shit on you? Yeah, all right. You know, everybody, it's like everybody, you got your shit on you. Like that's just how our family is. Everybody has guns. So, but we're all responsible also with our shit. So you have to be responsible as well. But big facts. Big facts. And you said that's Oregon for you. Jackie said that's Oregon. You said I went to church with now, Chad. I don't do church because you're not supposed to have a gun in church now. You're not supposed to have guns in churches, schools, colleges. Of course, public buildings like the jails, the courthouse, the any of those places. Where else can't you have guns? Oh, the library. You can't have guns in the library. So if I go to any of those places, I leave it in my gun lockbox in my car. But yeah, you're definitely not supposed to have a gun in church. You can definitely lose your license and go to jail for that. So, those are things that they teach you in the concealed weapons classes. But there's certain places where you're not supposed to have a gun. And it is, we all know why. We all know why. Now, as far as like the churches, though, they can have, like, if they have security and shit like that. Oh, a lot of churches do have security with pistols. So they can. But the parishioners and shit like that, I ain't gonna tell you what to do, Chad, but you ain't supposed to. And I'm not trying to lose losing your gun license, that's worse than losing your license to drive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would never want to lose my gun license. Never. I try my hardest not to do anything I shouldn't do with that bitch. But yep. And it's just like it's just like what's that credit card, Riz? American Express, don't leave home without it. That's my motto with my pistol. And I got a Glock 17 9mm.
Now you over here flexing.
I got a big girl gun. But then my son, he got a Glock. My son's Glock. I want his now. So I'm about to go get me another one because I like his. It's really cute. I can put it in it's not tiny, but it's smaller than mine. And I could keep it like in my I could actually put it in my fucking pocket if I wanted to. That's how small it is. But
yeah, I like my Magnum. You know what I'm saying? It packs a nice punch.
Yes.
I don't drop no shells. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm happy with it. A lot of people like, having like extended clips and shit like that. But when I used to kind of have like them regular like semi-automatics, I would always kind of have an issue of them like jamming, man. And I would just be like, you know what, there's no way I'm gonna be in a certain situation. Yeah. And this motherfucker pull that move on me like that, you know what I'm saying, and jam up on me. So absolutely melanated.
No glass.
So I stay with the Canon, and it never fails. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need like 17 and all them shots and shit. Like I'm not trying to go to Chirac war with you.
I don't need this extended clip. Like, I had posted a video the other day of me grilling on Labor Day, and my homegirl who's helping me grill, she keeps her extended clip, and she always got it on her. And my son even like, Mom, you want an extended clip for your we like a gun family, and my friends and stuff. And I'm like, no, I don't need an extended clip because I have the 17 that go with the damn Glock, and then I got an extra clip that I have like this thing that I can hold my gun, and it can hold a clip. You know those type of things, and it can hold an extra clip too. The extended it's just so long on your side. It goes like come on now. Right. If you're really just walking around to the mall or something, you got an extended clip on you. Like, come on now, I don't need all that shit. Right. Yeah, that's too much. That's doing too much.
But I'm with you, Vibrant. I'm not, I always say this. I'm not really big on guns. Growing up, my partners and shit, they were, I didn't trip on all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But, some people, they love them. You know what I'm saying? All I say is just respect them. My same partners that were hella into them all like that, a lot of them then, accidentally popped themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like doing shit, so you got to respect it. You got to respect that thing, man, period. So
you got to respect it.
When it comes to, going to the range and just learning your shit and, that's all a plus, man.
Vibrant, I didn't like guns either. I promise you, I didn't like guns. I was so afraid of guns. Matter of fact, I told this story before with my younger brother. He had got jumped because my mom, like the affiliation with gangs or whatever. My mom always moved us in the opposite turf, and my brothers used to complain all the time. Me, I just, I'm like a motherfucking, I can, it don't matter where you move me. I'm good. I know how to move. But my brothers always had an issue with it. And sometimes they would get into it with people in the hood, in the neighborhood. So one time my youngest brother got jumped and I didn't realize we had a gun in the fucking house till he had got jumped. It was like really bad. And my dad and some of his brothers and he went and got the gun out the house. And I'm like, she said, Pooh, he been having a gun for a long time. What you talking about? Where he keeping it? None of your business. I all this time I'm being raised, and we had a gun in the house, and I never knew we had a fucking gun in the house. Then on another occasion, I told y'all a story about when I was being stalked by one of my stalkers, and I was being stalked, and my dad he hit me up and he said, I'm about to bring you the gun. And I'm like, I don't want no gun. This was before I was familiar with guns. I was young. I was still afraid of them. He was like, you need a gun. I'm like, I don't want no gun. And so that's when my dad made my brothers. It was like for a period of time, my brothers both lived with me for a minute because of that situation. And then I had a cousin, one of my crazy ass cousins. He was a blood, like he lived upstairs in the apartment where I was living. So I was surrounded by family. I didn't need the gun. But I had no idea that I was raised around guns and didn't even know it. But once I got older and all the different situations that I've been in, I just got to the point where I was like,
where you just started riding around with a Glock 17.
No, I'm like a single woman. I broke up with my guy. I'm a single woman. I'm raising these kids. I'm still living in the hood. I ain't never moved from the hood. Probably never will. But I'm like, I'm still in the hood. I just felt like I just need to get a gun. I just felt like I needed one. So I was like, well, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to go to these classes. I went to all these classes. I went to the gun range.
That's good you did it that way, the table. For sure. Oh,
yeah, I got comfortable where I wasn't scared of it anymore.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
And that's the thing, because with you being comfortable with it and everything like that, that's a plus. Because when you're nervous, that's when some fucked up shit can happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you may think something or whatnot, and it ain't really, you don't need to really be thinking that, you know what I mean? And you may let off a like, because you're panicking. But when you're comfortable with your shit and everything like that, you know when it's time to fucking, with that training, you know when it's time to fucking up the ante on it. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's just like with the keeping one in the chamber rigs. I don't keep one in the chamber because I train myself to just sense certain, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're raised in a certain environment, you can just sense some shit, right? Like if let's say I'm at the gas station and it's midnight and I see some strange motherfucker look like he headed in my direction. You know what I'm saying? It only takes a second to put one in the chamber. So I don't even keep one in the chamber because you
if it's just at the house, I don't keep one because I mean all I gotta do is just click it and then it's gonna go ahead and it's gonna put it right in there. But I don't do that just in case. Not saying it would, but anybody run across it or whatever.
Thank you.
If it does go off, it's gonna be a dry shot. You know what I'm saying? So like that's. But if I just happen to be out and about or something, and I happen to whatever, there's gonna be something ready, just in case. You know what I'm saying? Because you just got to be ready to rock. But around the house, no, I don't keep it just all the way just locked up like that. No, I don't do that.
Absolutely,
because I do have that motherfucker very accessible. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna bullshit you. It's very accessible.
A lot of kids, I mean, no shit, but a lot of kids have died over the years because, and it's dumb on the parents' fault too. Like how many stories you heard where somebody got a gun under the couch, a gun under the bed, a gun under here, a gun under here, and it's loaded with one in the clip. And kids, they picking up the gun.
Just you grabbing it, picking it up, that thing can go all. Yeah, man.
Yep. So yeah, it only takes a second to put that shit in there. So that's just me. That's some people roll around all day long with one in the chamber, like they just ready to go to war. Like, no, I don't do that. That I don't do. But I always make sure it's real close to me. But no, I mean, but to the situation with the lady, let me ask you this, Riggs. Some people have been chiming in the chat, but do you think she should be charged?
The lady that did that?
Mm-hmm.
I think with more that maybe comes with the story, you can kind of maybe come to a conclusion with that. I think it's really early for me to just say, oh yeah, she should just go ahead and be charged because like I said, you did pull up to this woman's house, however you want to spin it. Your husband was over there cheating, however you want to spin it. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's just iffy. You know, that looks like that can be, you know, some confrontation type shit. Now they do have it on camera. They do have audio. With all that coming into play and really kind of examining it and everything, then you can be like, okay, yeah, you know, maybe we need to go ahead and charge you. You know, this lady didn't come over here, you know, on no bullshit. But again, it depends on the laws in that state. Like that, she really shouldn't have pulled up to that lady's house. But that lady, she's not supposed to have anything like that. She's already got a bad record. So I'm feeling she's gonna get charged with unaliving this woman.
I think so too, Riggs, especially after spending 6 years in prison for attempted murder, which they dropped to, what did they drop it to? I forgot. Manslaughter. I think they will. I think they will. I think the community, the family with the backlash, I think they will press charges. Now, whether she get off or not, that's a whole nother story. But
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So pressing the charges, okay, but actually them sticking, that's another story. And that's why I'm saying with all the evidence and everything like that, that's where I'm leading at. I'm looking at more of that end of it. Them pressing charges, they can do that right now if they want to tomorrow or whatever, because you know how people always put charges out there on people. Like I said, it's fresh, but still, you know, they can always put charges. But for them to stick and, you know, everything like that, that depends on the evidence. That depends on, you know, all those other things, you know what I'm saying? So, and I think that's what'll make them really press the charges or not like that. If they know, like, you know what, we kind of could, you know, seal this deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. And I know somebody in the chat, was that Vibrant said, you sure? Let me tell you something, Vibrant. Vibrant.
I did conflict resolution classes and shit, man. Like I salute that, man. That was a big help in, you know, some of my thought processes, you know what I'm saying? So I'm, you know, anger managements and shit like that, man.
Right.
Like those things, those will help you, you know what I'm saying, if you take it serious and really, you know what I'm saying, peep game on that shit, man, because we are programmed, you know, a certain way. And some of our thought processes can be similar, and some of us can crash out, and some like we're it's almost like we're programmed that way, like kind of like how we was talking about with the kids and the shit they see in Disney. Well, what about the shit we see? What about the music we listen to? Like we're programmed to get off and talk shit and not take no disrespect, and you know we're programmed. You know what I'm saying? Like hell nah, you ain't.
Well,
no
you know
sucker.
what they say, Riz?
What's
They
up?
say a lot of people who grew up in the hood have PTSD and don't even know it. Just from the environment, from us losing family members and friends all the time back in the day through gangs, drugs, whatever. You
There
know,
might be something behind that, man.
there
might be something behind that.
Yeah, that's what they say, and we don't even know it. But when it comes to Vibrant talking about, I would have passed out or would have fainted. Let me tell you, Vibrant, I'm not telling you, I'm an advocate for guns, right? But I'm not gonna ever try to force it on nobody. You know what I'm saying? But if you ever did decide to do it, take classes. Just take classes. Buy something that you think you might be comfortable with. Go to Shields or go somewhere. You know, pick out something that you are comfortable with, holding, gripping, whatever. Take classes, not just gun range classes, but actually safety classes. It will definitely make you so comfortable. I'm telling you, if I hear a creak in the middle of the night, shit, where my shit at? Where my shit at? Chill, I'm like, my thing is, I'd rather be caught with it than caught without it. And that's real shit. There are so many situations where people, if they probably would have had one, they probably would still be here today. They probably wouldn't have got raped. They probably wouldn't have got robbed. They probably would have got murked. They probably would have got, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't for everybody. It's not for everybody. So I would never push or force it on anyone. But if you ever felt like you wanted to try it or, you know, just take classes. That's what I'm saying. Take as many classes as you can. Go to the gun range as many times as you can. Find people who in your family or friends who are gun owners. And I'm telling you, we make it a thing. It'd be like family. There's this one gun range called what the fuck is that called? So I forgot what it's called, but it's out. It's about 30 minutes away. It's going out of the city. But they have a whole gun range. They also have like, let's say you driving, they have like simulation, you know what I'm talking about, where they have like if you out and about, if you're in the street and you running, or if you're in the car, they got all this type of shit out there where you can like pretend like you're in a car and you're driving away from somebody, and they also
Hey,
got
Hood Table, I'll just set you up and have some motherfuckers act like they finna rob you or something. Do a little lives,
you know, they got all that shit though. I'm serious,
but it'll be real though. It'll be a little
I'm
live thing.
serious. That's real shit that can happen to you, and
Just
they
don't put no
have
real
that
bullets in
shit.
that thing, though. That's all.
And and they also have like a dining area and a bar attached to it as well. Now, of course, you can't drink before you go to the gun range, but afterwards, after you're done and you put your gun up, you can on your way out, you can grab a drink and grab something to eat. Like, it's a whole thing out here. I'm in the Midwest, you know what I'm saying? It's like being down south, kind of, you know, up here. But yeah, I just think you should just, you know, take safety classes and things like that if you ever thought.
You gotta be safe.
Yeah. But that's all I got. That's all I got. Yeah, criminal negligence. Thank you, Sincere. That's the perfect word for it. That's the perfect word for criminal negligence. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. But that's all I got on both of these topics. If Red got anything else to add, I dropped the link.
No, we almost. Hey, that's shit. You did almost 2 hours, man. I mean, shit, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not every time they gonna hit the link. Hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
No problem. But we do appreciate y'all sliding through. Shout out to the replay gang. I asked for the 20 likes. They got us at 24. Hell yeah, they got us at 24.
Ow, that's
so I definitely appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? We build it, they gonna come. So y'all just keep fucking rocking with us, man. We're gonna come with this content for y'all every Sunday. You know, we bounce back and forth, but you know, we're gonna make this shit happen.
Yeah.
And you know, Hood Table, she always be doing follow-ups too. So I'm sure, you know, later on, you know, she might follow up on this, and we'll give y'all a heads up on, you know what I'm saying, what's going on with the situation with old girl, and if, you know, she got charged and how much time she may be getting or whatnot.
Yeah.
But
I'll keep you posted.
We appreciate that, Jackie. You always positive, Jackie. God dog it.
Yes, Jackie and Miss National. I love me some Miss National.
And she always stay there from, you know, as soon as the live start to the ending, man.
Just like Sincere.
You real cool, Jack.
And vibrant.
But I just noticed that with Jackie because one time we did like 4-something hours or something, man. And Jackie, she was there the whole time, kind of going in and out of the chat, you know, speaking. And I was just like, damn, Jackie, you still
you do be doing some long lives over there, Red. Sometimes
lately, Hood Table, you know, I just noticed when I get down, I'll kind of maybe 2 to 3 hours, and then I'll try to do like you know, a couple days, but then I've been fucking myself because, you know, I only get 20 hours of you know, the little free time and shit.
Riz,
so
I'm gonna need you, Riz. I told you before. I'm gonna need you. You. We need.
I know. I
invest in us. It's in us. Okay.
It's a possibility, but you know, I just think like the way I rock out with my people, it'd be cool. You know, they ain't tripping, I ain't tripping. And that's why like I try to go on maybe like instead of, you know, since the summertime, but we're gonna be coming in and out of that. I ain't really been going Wednesday, but I'll try to go like a Friday or a Saturday. And then I'll try to have, you know what I'm saying, like my homie slide through, like Be Easy and John, you know what I'm saying, so they can, you know, pop they shit too, you know what I mean? So I try to go for like, you know, almost like 4 hours, you know, on a Friday or Saturday, you know what I'm saying, and just rock the fuck out, you know what I'm saying? And I notice like when I do that, I'll end the live, you know what I'm saying? It'll be hella late, but I'll have like, you know, damn near 40, 50 people in there. I don't know where I don't know if they get up on the East Coast and be like, oh, fuck it, shit,
You
let's
do
see
be
Riggs
rocking.
live. And
You
then
do
they'll
be
come
rocking.
in and I'll be like, holy shit.
And I'll
And
be
then
trying to
sometimes
hold
I get some
on, you know.
redirects and shit. Well,
You
shit,
like
you can go to
hours
sleep
ahead.
and you can go to sleep and wake back up and I
And
might
wake
still
up,
be
and that's
on.
what I be doing. If I fall asleep because I gotta get up and go to work, I just in the morning time, I just go back and I find out where I ended and I
Chad,
just
you
watch
already
the rest
know.
of the show. But Chad said, "Hood, you can't tell me." I know because we've been telling him forever. We need to get you need the plan, Rick. We need you to get the plan, okay?
True.
But you know, he got the shades
Appreciate that
on.
too, sincere man. We appreciate all that positive feedback that y'all give us, man.
Thank
For
you.
real,
We love you guys.
we don't got big numbers or nothing like that, but the people that do rock out with us and then give us, you know, positive affirmations like that, man. That makes it all worth it. For real, man. Even when I be on my shit, man, and y'all just chop it up with me and just tell me positive shit.
Yeah,
that's what makes me hit that live button, man. That shit's dope. We really appreciate that, y'all. For real,
yes,
don't ever forget it.
It means a lot that you guys support our show and our individual shows. Somebody said, "Oh, Riggs, I don't know if he was in Lady Nika's chat the other day, but she gave us a shout out." And she was
She
like, "I
came to my
love
shit a
you,
couple times, man. That was dope.
yeah, she's super dope. I've been following Lady Nika since forever. But she was like, "Yeah, I love you guys show," and I'll be over there. And she was like, "I love you," and she was trying to remember the name of it. She said, "I know it's the hood to the block to the something," and so I tried to get the chat. Said, "Yeah, that's it." She's like, "I love you guys," and I was like, "Oh, from Lady Nika, the triple OG, you know."
Yeah, that's what's up.
Somebody
You have a good night, Jackie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, and that's why I always say, man, you know, we don't gotta have, you know, big numbers because we got people that be in the chat that got big numbers. You feel me? So shit, that's gotta tell you something. You know what I'm saying? If they rock out with you and come fuck with you, shit. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
There's motherfuckers that be watching them and be all up in their shit, but they watching you and up in your shit. You feel me? So shit, man. Trey Jordan come through, slide through on my shit.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Trey
Like
Jordan.
some dope ass shit. You know, it's just wild because like I'll be places, man, and still get this whole little stupid stigma, like, you know, and they got an issue with motherfuckers, man. That should be really funny. Like they gonna try to cancel me or something, bro. And like I was just in Trey Jordan shit. I think it was earlier today. You feel me? Dropped down and was like, "Hey, what's up, man?" You know, woo. And you know, Trey Jordan always, you know, give it up to me every time, man. And you know, if anybody had an issue with me, you know what I'm saying, over here in the beef sector, man, you know, especially when it comes to that. I'm off for ODS and all kind of shit. All them cats, you know what I'm saying? When KRN go live, I drop down, say shit to KRN. All them motherfuckers, you know, acknowledge and be like, "Hey, what's up with it, Rig?" They would let a motherfucker know. Like, that whole shit is hella bullshit, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just funny when motherfuckers, you know, put that shit out there like that, like they can have a nigga canceled or some shit like that, bro. And it's like, man, you the only one talking that old dumbass shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, you know, shout out to everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody, man, that just, you know, just stay level-headed, bro. You know what I'm saying? And don't fall for all the fucking, you know, okie doke.
They see shit for what it really is.
Yeah, for real, man. Like real shit. But that negative shit, man, stay away from that shit, man. It's fun and games and shit, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's all entertaining, but you know, God damn, man. Some people just really be miserable, boy.
Chad
that Chad, you feel me? He's like, come on, bro. You know, motherfuckers be really trying to pop their shit. I just be like, man, all right, bro.
Riz and Snoop Dogg get canceled together, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Jackie said we need more conversation. And that's the thing, Jackie. That's what we try to bring to this place where we are in YouTube. We just try to bring something different. And Riggs, a lot of times his topics might be geared to one direction, and my topics might be geared to one direction. And then sometimes we're going to do shows too. Probably in a few weeks. I don't know. I'll chop it up with Riggs and see what he want to do this week, or we can do it next week on my panel. But we're going to have shows here and there where we just going to chop it up with y'all. We're not going to have no topic. We might have like a Q&A session. We might have a, you know, where we just discuss things that we might have been through. Just, you know,
shit, y'all might have a topic. You feel me? I mean,
or y'all might have a topic. Be
use
like,
us. You feel me? Let's talk about it.
Let y'all
you know what I'm saying? Like shit. Right. Be like, you know what? I always wanted to know about whoop whoop and yada yada yada. man, slide through, man. And again, like I always say too, y'all, if y'all don't really want to hit the panel or nothing, engage with us through the chat. You know what I'm saying? And we will answer everything that you asking, because we get it. Not everybody want to jump up on the panel or whatnot. But the thing is especially with the hood table, like we try to run like a panel, man, or where y'all ain't really gotta really be tripping on that shit, bro. Like we know where we at. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, the shit could be replayed and all whatever, but we do want to make sure it's a comfortable, you know what I'm saying, environment and panel if you do. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So we just really want to stress that, man, especially when we get down on Sundays, man. Like, you know, please feel free to engage, you know, in the chat. If you ever want to jump out the window and hit the panel, you know, please do. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's all respect. You know what I'm saying? Be Easy always got a topic. Yeah, Be Easy be going hard. He was here earlier, but he had dip. But yeah, Be Easy, he do, man. He always got a topic, and Be Easy been going hard these last few days and shit. So shout out to Be Easy.
Yeah.
But again, though, shit, we 2 hours in. We done did our thing, hood table. I don't know if you want to address anything in the chat, if anybody said anything in the chat or whatnot.
Well, I like what Jackie said. We both bound. We hear that a lot. I mean, I ain't no shade, no tea, but yeah, we do have a certain type of chemistry where we can bounce off each other like that. And that's why, you know, we still here. That's why we still here. What we try to bring to the sector or this place, like I said, it to give you, somebody said it earlier, there's too much negativity going on right now on YouTube. It is a lot. YouTube has definitely changed over the years, and don't let me lie to you. We like that negativity sometimes. We like the drama, you know, the roast and the gags and all that kind of shit. We like that shit. So no shade on that. But then, you know, some people just want to have an alternative, you know, and they like to be familiar with people who they already know. A lot of y'all are very familiar with wigs. Y'all very familiar with we. Y'all see us in everybody's chat, and you know the familiarity. And then you know we just bring in a different type of conversation. That's all. We just want to bring y'all a different type of conversation. That's it. That all. And we do appreciate your support. A lot of times, Riggs, I'll be somewhere and people be shouting us out, and I always say that we, Riggs and I, appreciate y'all support because we really do. Y'all really don't know how much it means to us that y'all support us. Y'all really don't. But yeah, that's all I gotta say on that. But yeah,
and that's a definite fact.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But that's all I got. We out of here. Nobody. We gave y'all a chance to hit the link, so we about to be out of here. It's 11:24.
We out of here, man. 2 hours in, we good, man.
Yep. And your girl got to get up at 6:30. Go get clock in, even though I only got to walk down the hall. But I still got to get up and go to work. But anyway, Riggs, again, another great show. I think we both did a good job tonight. The chat participation, love it.
Definitely.
What you got planned this week?
Not too much, man. Actually, just kind of normal week, so not too much.
All right.
The weather's gonna be going. Oh, you talking about? Oh, I was just thinking about the whole just week period.
Oh no, if you got something planned for that, too,
but the week as in you see what I'm saying? That's why they say like people can't be cool on fucking YouTube. I'm talking to you like, you know, we just friends on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like you ask me, hey, you know, what you got planned this week? You know, shit. I'm like, shit, you know, this regular week. I ain't got and then, oh no, I'm talking about on YouTube. Oh shit, my bad. But yeah, I'm gonna push for Wednesday, man. Because I wasn't able to make it this week. So I'm gonna push for Wednesday. I had a topic.
I was like, where he at? I kept clicking.
Yeah, I got a little story time, man. So I think I'm gonna do a couple little story times. So I'm gonna just bust down a little story, you know what I'm saying? Like not too much. I ain't gonna give too much, but you know, it's gonna be a cool little story, you know, just on some real shit, you know, just some childhood shit that was going on. You feel me? Just, you know, growing up, you know what I'm saying? And because like I say, man, I pop this shit because you never know who might be listening, man. You never know if there might be a young buck or whatnot, you feel me? And maybe going through the same shit, or maybe have like a young seed, you know what I'm saying? Maybe going through some things, you know what I mean? And maybe have some similarities, you feel me? Just, you know, a lot of things that we do in life is similar, bro. Like it's weird, man. Like if you a hood nigga, it don't matter where you from. You know what I'm saying? You done probably been through the same shit as this hood nigga in the East Coast, Midwest, you know, down south. You know, it's all kind of the same type of guidelines and shit. You feel me? When it comes to it, gang banging, the same thing. You know what I mean? So, you know, when you have stories and shit, man, you know, I don't tell them to really glorify anything. I tell them more just, you know, just the fact that, you know, this is what it is, man. This is the type of things that go on. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, everything ain't a game. You know what I'm saying? And just to take note, you know what I'm saying? Like, period, bro. You just got to take note. And when it comes to, you know, especially if you're raising kids and shit, you know, these are the type of things that they go through when they leave the house. You know what I'm saying? They come home every day, but you really don't know what the fuck they're going through out there in the world. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just the stories that I have, you know what I'm saying? And a little certain little shit, you feel me, that I may, you know, drop out, you know, it's just, there's something behind it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, so I'm going to try to get into that on Wednesday, man. So it should be a dope live. I hope y'all slide through. You feel me? And then, like always, I'm always open up the panel afterwards, you know what I mean, for some commentary, just whatever the fuck y'all want to talk about or do.
Yep, absolutely. We'll be there. We'll be there. A lot of y'all already know Big Riz channel, so make sure y'all do support. Continue to support him. Continue to support us. We support a lot of people out here on the internet, so it's always a pleasure to have people support us as well. So on that note, I want to thank Big Riz for joining me again this evening. He'll be live Wednesday, and
we're gonna shoot for Wednesday,
or Friday or Saturday. So you know, just make sure you hit his.
And then Sunday, you know, we're gonna be rocking. You know what I'm saying? Our show. You know, we're gonna be over on my platform, so I'll make sure I got something in store for us. You feel me? So y'all slide through, man.
Yeah, we'll be back over his back at his house on Sunday as well. From the block to the hood tables every Sunday. Now, every now and then we take a break, and you know, Riggs might have some family shit going on. I might have some family shit going on. So you know, we do gotta take a break sometime. But for the most part, we try to be here every Sunday.
Try to keep it consistent.
Try to keep it consistent. So yeah, that's one thing we like to do for you guys. But other than that, I want to thank you guys for joining us. Again, make sure you guys like and share the video, please, and thank you so very much. If you haven't already subscribed to Riggs, please make sure you go over there, subscribe over here. I'm gonna end us out on our intro and outro theme song, Riggs, and I will holler at you later, boo.
That's what's up. Appreciate
you. Okay. All right, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe, please, and thank you very much.
From the block to the hood table, big brick slaps and cake decorating diva, discussing local issues, national news too, encouraging y'all to like or share and subscribe. We bring the heat, keeping it real tight, from the White House to the gutter we report right. Welcome to the show, where we break it down, from the block to the hood table, it's all around. Sexy side profile man, the one and only Big Rig Slaps in the cake decorating diva, the one and only the hood table, with news you can't use and subjects that need to be spoke. From the block to the hood, from the White House to the broke, we got many different topics and subjects. Grab your seat, get your popcorn, let's get ready. Talking about everything under the sun, from education to health, we're here to run. Engage with us, spread the word far and wide. Appreciate y'all, thank you for the support. We bring the heat, keeping it real tight, from the White House to the gutter we report right. Welcome to the show, where we break it down, from the block to the hood table, it's all around. Sexy side profile man, the one and only Big Rig Slaps in the cake decorating diva, the one and only the hood table, with news you can use and subjects that need to be spoke. From the block to the hood, from the White House to the broke, we got many different topics and subjects. Grab your seat, get your popcorn, let's get ready.
We really do appreciate you guys. Again, please like and share the video. Thank you for joining us tonight. Holla.